Hello and welcome back to Simply Solo Playthroughs. Uh, this is my channel where I play through games. Just do sessions and that's it. There are sometimes some teaching and sometimes I'll introduce you in a new game, but yeah, we're just here having fun. Please like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So Simply Solo Playthroughs today, we are going to have Rack Patrol. This is, in my humble opinion, one of the most brilliant games that was done. That's a really small footprint. The footprint's this is even bigger. Everything fits for me. This is an old wallet box. I wish they still made these. They do not, because I could really use the heck out of these. And everything fits in here absolutely perfectly. I get 2 sets of cards in here, and it's really nice. The game did not have backs. Some people, like Martin, have made some backs for it. I just went with, whenever I don't have a back to use, I just use a simple back. Sorry about this reflection here. I put it at an angle, and hopefully it comes out pretty good. I've been impressed with doing this. I've done this a few dozen times, and I really like being able to do this. So this game is pretty straightforward. You are playing a submarine, and you're going out on patrol, and you can play a campaign in the Pacific Theater. Good luck. And if you go look at the history of most of the submarines, most of them did not survive very long. So the game is very simple. Wow, we get a contact right off the bat. So the good news is our skipper's up here, so that's going to reduce our alert by 1. We have a choice if we're going to go into them or trail them. And we find out what we need to do because, first of all, we're going to find out what the angle on the bow is, and it's 90. So we are going like this right at them. We're going to go on ahead and we're going to take the leading rather than the following position. I'm sorry, this is here. There. Okay. Now we got this all straight. We are going to go on ahead and we're going to make our movement and we're going to see how we do. We turn this over. Wow, we lose 1, so we're actually going to lose this contact. And that's the end of that contact. And we go back. And we are going to need to surface. We're going to refresh our air. And then we can go down. That was 1. This is number 2. I generally don't play with this dice. I made it originally, so I can go on ahead and do it. We have to go up. Ooh, this is our 3rd time. So we've got a couple of things going on right off the bat. We're going to have to move this over to the cob, to the chief of the boat. This is the cob is the highest enlisted person on the submarine. It's a sergeant major for those of us who are in the Army. We are also going to take a hit. We are going to lose some of our people. Probably due to food, scurvy, who knows. Accident. So this is 1. Oh. Where are we? We are up. So we're going to have to actually deal with this. Bad news is this guy's going to see us. And this is one of the problems that there was in World War II was these planes would come out and they would find you. That usually meant that an aircraft carrier was near. They're going to go on ahead, and we're going to go on ahead and we're going to take evasive maneuvers, and we're going to try and dive. They get to have a free shot on us. And the bad news is they're going to have, because that's where we're at, they're going to do 3 points of damage. There's 1, 2, and 3. That is a lot of damage right now. So we are going to be in a world of hurt. On this, the question is, do we evade? And we're going to go on ahead and see if we evade, and we get a +2, so we're out. So we have successfully evaded. We are underneath the water, and the plane has lost contact with us. After the battle, we're going to go back to the captain. This is 1. And no contact. We'll go on ahead and surface. This is 2. We see an island. We have a choice at this time. There are 4 more islands left. And by the way, you can always go back and look at your deck and see what it has done. That's part of the rules, because a skipper has got to know a whole bunch of stuff. If any of you have ever known some of these captains, they are sharp as a tack, and most of the crew is pretty darn sharp. I've been impressed by pretty much everyone I've met with dolphins. We're going to go on ahead and we're going to pass this, and we're going to continue. We are really down. We're going to have to go in. So this means we go on ahead and we are back. We go on ahead, put everything in, we shuffle up. This is my first deck that's actually pretty shuffleable. Shuffleable. And we'll just do a big old cut. And we are back out in the water. We start off submerged. This is 1. We will go on ahead and surface to recharge our batteries. The problem with diesel boats is they had to come up all the time for air to run the diesels to recharge the batteries. 2. We're definitely bypassing this time. 3. Okay, so the chief of the boat will take charge of the ship. It will take charge of the boat at this time, and Ka will go on ahead and lead us. That was beneath, so we go back up. And wow, oh goodness, we are going to take an emergency dive. We get a freebie on this one, and we're going to find out the angle on the bow is again 90 degrees. So we're going in like that. We are going to go on ahead and see if we can do an active lead and go get them. So we get to move on the bow 90 degrees. We're not going to move. Do they hear us? Good thing the captain is. Ooh, we're going to change, and we're going to call up the captain to lead the boat at this time during the hunt. That's going to give us a +1 to our score. We're here. They do not hear us. We go on ahead and we're going to see if we make angle movement. All right, we move into -1. So we're actually finally in a torpedo firing position. But do they hear us? And no, they do not hear us. we're going to go on ahead and we're going to move over. This means they are going to hear us. And we're going to take a shot. We have a hit. And the good news is one hit sinks the ship. So there is 3 victory points for us. We have our first sink. But the bad news is they get another crack at us. And they're going to end up doing 1 damage to us. So let's see if we manage to escape. We do not manage to escape. This is not good, because it means they're going to take another crack at us. And again, they're going to do 1 point of damage to us. I'm going to go on ahead and see if we can evade again. We get a +2, and we lose 25% of our energy. So we have successfully evaded our boat. And they're going to go on ahead and sink. And we're going to go on ahead and have a ship that on our mast and see what we can do. So that ends that encounter. We go on ahead and we're going to surface. We're going to recharge our battery. Problem is, if your battery goes all the way down, you will automatically have to surface. And you're probably not going to live. Okay, the captain is still in charge of the boat. And our crew takes another one. This is not good. That's 1. This is number 2. Oh, I hate to go in, but I hate having a 50% crew. We're going to have to go in because these things show up way too often. And they show up at bad times. So we're going to go in. Normally, I've gotten through decks pretty quick. I am going to take about a quarter of the deck that's left. I'm going to just shuffle this section up. And I'm going to put the rest back on the top. So that way we're going to have cards that we haven't seen before. I normally shuffle the whole thing, but for this purpose, we're going to go ahead and do it. So this will be our 3rd tour, and it'll be our final tour. So we have 1 kill so far. We go out, our captain's in charge, we are submerged, and we run into nobody. We surface, run into nobody, that's 2. We submerge. Yes! Yes! Okay. So we got someone who can actually do us some damage. We find out our angle on the bow. Pull the next card. 180. This means we are going away from each other. So we saw him in our back window. If you want to disengage at this point because you're too low, and it's like, no. All you have to do is trail, and you will automatically disengage. But we're going to go ahead and go on the follow side, lead side. We are at 180, and the bad news is we're gonna lose them. That's not really surprising. That's fairly reasonable, but we also lose 25% of our power. The Cobb should be taking over now. We are going to have to surface, and that's 1. We will recharge our batteries. We will go on ahead and submerge for 2. We're going to pass on this one. That's number 2. We're going to go ahead and have to surface. That's number 3. You'll notice sometimes some of these get into these long periods of nothing. And for military service, particularly these boats, that is very, very common. Sorry, the captain is back on deck. 1. Said these things come up at a bad time. Submerge. That's 3. We will take the next one regardless. Go up. Do have to do an emergency dive. We're going to go after this battleship. Oh, we want this one. And this is 0 degree angle. They are coming right at us. So we are going to go on ahead and do the trailing maneuvers. The problem is if you do a lead maneuver, you sometimes end up running on to the other side of the ship. Okay, captain of the captain is in charge of the boat. So we get a +1. We're going to go on ahead and see how we do for our maneuver. We have a trailing maneuver. We're at a 0, so we're going to move in by 1. Do they hear us? No, they do not hear us. We're going to go on ahead and we are going to move into a firing position. And, oh, I hate this. We hit him! Yes! Okay, problem is, it takes a while for a boat to sink. For a ship to sink. Boats sink quite a way. This is number 4, by the way. So we absolutely have to take the next one. So the good news is we have a kill. We have a second kill. And we're going to go on ahead and take a hit, see what's going to happen. And this is he has a +1. One, that's going to be a +2. 1, 2. Please tell me we get away. 0, we do not get away. Another 2. 1, 2. They are bombing us, but good. We're getting depth charged like crazy. We try to get away. +2. We are out. And we have successfully evaded our battleship that was after us. And we have successfully sunk it. That is 7 points. We need to make sure that our next one that comes up, we're on it. Hopefully it's not at the bottom of the deck, because we may not make it. Okay. We reset. We're going to go on ahead and surface so we can recharge the batteries. And we take another hit. One more and we lose the game. Number 2. So this is a transport ship. So the good news is, bad news, it's only worth 1. Good news, -1 for detection and -1 for depth charging. Coming right at us, we're at 0 degree angle on the bow. We will go on ahead and see how we're trailing. And 0 degree, nothing. So we're not going to make any ups or downs. Do they hear us? No. Ah, yes. We can get into a firing position. Do they hear us? No. We're going to move into a firing position. I have a feeling this is not a good idea. Oh, it's a great idea. We get our 3rd ship. All right, that is great. So we have sunk our 3rd ship. And, but they get to fight back. So we move over to the alert position. It's 1 minus 1. They do not do damage to us. We try and disengage. We lose an energy. And +2, and we are out. So we have successfully disengaged. We left them sinking. And that gives us... oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's our last one. I'm pretty sure that's our last one. I think there's only 5 in the deck. So, we are going to continue. Oh, I guess there's 6 in the deck. So we find refuge. We are done. We are going back home. Well, actually, we're going to land. We're going to go affix repairs. We have, if we were doing it, that's winter 41-42. Or your spring or fall campaign. 3 times you go out. And we managed to rack up a grand total of 8 victory points. So this has been Rack Patrol. I hope you have enjoyed this. This is available for free. It's a print and play game. Available on Board Game Geek. I will have a link to it below. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for coming by and spending some time. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Or night, depending on what time it is.